Hello, everyone. I am Monica, also known as Miss Astrology. Happy August. Happy full moon in the sign of Aquarius. I hope everyone is doing well. I do think that we are all dealing with Leo season a little bit different than we would expect. I don't necessarily think summer is as fun as it tends to be because Venus is retrograde in Leo right now, and Leo really is the heart of summer. And so, with Venus retrograde, we really are going more introspective and reviewing, reorganizing, rethinking, recalibrating, relating to all things Venetian or Venus as well as Leo. And so that's really a lot of our self-worth, self-value. What do we really find? Self-pleasure, security, those kind of things. So I hope that we're feeling okay. I know that we're probably dealing with some things as we're going into August and this full moon. So we will have two full moons this August, this one in Aquarius, and then we'll have the one in Pisces still in August. So we started out and we ended. One thing that is important to remember is that in the astrology, the full moon tends to be a culmination of the activities of the new moon. So like 6 months prior. And so you really want to, this is really a great time to kind of check into where we were at the beginning of the year and what we were kind of, that Aquarius energy. Maybe there were some new friendships being established, some new humanitarian efforts or organizations that you were joining, or maybe even some new technology that you were looking into, some future that you were really planning for and thinking about, some kind of independence that you were really moving into at the beginning of the year. And now we need to cut off some things that we've kind of picked up along the way over the last 6 months. And that's what full moons do. We got to remember all this astrology, all this science is cyclical. These are cycles. And yeah, we get different aspects at different times, hence Venus being retrograde during this full moon. It's just kind of the layers that get added on to our cycles, our experiences in life. So with this full moon, I do think that as I'm looking at the chart, we remember the sun is at home in the sign of Leo right now. This is where the sun is most confident. So typically this is why summer is so fun. Like we're really feeling good. Leo is the fixed sign. It really is the middle of summer. In Cancer season, we kind of stop going to school and we come home, right? And we're really home for the summer. And then Leo season, we're really there. We're having fun. We're with our families. We're, having a good time. Our inner child is playing. Really, summer is like all about the kids, right? And that's big Leo energy. And so the sun is in Leo, but also we have in Leo Venus, which is retrograde. And then across the sky, the moon, our emotions that really just had a new beginning in the sign of Cancer just a couple of weeks ago. So we were really like settling into kind of this newness, these new emotions. And now we're like, okay, where do I need to pivot? Where do I need to let things go? Where do I need to let things go that have to do with my connections, or maybe a future way of how I'm thinking, or kind of a science or a technology. Maybe you were already looking into AI before and now it's time to get back into it, or really looking and going in an independent direction before, because Venus rules partnerships, and so that's still, and Aquarius is an air sign, so they like people and that kind of thing. So that's kind of this theme that really just makes sense right now. Also with Mars in Virgo, and it is still within close proximity to Saturn, like opposite Saturn across the sky. So we're really getting some discipline, right? We're really trying to focus our daily habits, our daily routines, our daily goals. This probably requires a fasting of some sort or a detox of some sort, and really in order to reset our energy. And Mars is our energy. Mars is our assertiveness, our excitement, our passion, our sex drive. And with it being in Virgo, it really is about that perfection, that the details, the like really getting into how we're doing things. And so this is kind of because Venus and Mars energy are going to last a little bit longer than this full moon. So it's just like, it's a super moon. It's going to be beautiful in the sky, but it's just like this energy is just like, all already know what it is. I already know what I need to do. Let me just pivot this way. Let me just be serious. Let me just do this. Like, it's not that big of a deal. We've already been dealing with a lot of emotions. Like, that's already been going on. So we're rationalizing it now in a sense, because Aquarius is a very logical sign. It's an air sign, and it's fixed air sign as well, so it knows what it knows. Its key word is I know. So just really, let's think about that. Let's also think about the fact that nodes really just moved into these cardinal signs in Aries and Libra. The North Node moving into Aries, where we really are like about getting more into what is about self. And I think we're gonna start feeling like people are being selfish without realizing that sometimes people need to be selfish. And it's okay if that's what they're doing. And it's okay to disconnect, because the opposite of Aries is Libra. Libra, the South Node is in Libra, about like detaching, getting away from. And it is okay to get away from some contracts, partnerships, public relationships, agreements, leases. It's not just romantic relationships. There are these partnerships in general. And even with the moon being in an air sign, it's like we already know like what needs to change. And so I hope that as you go into this month of August, you really kind of know that we're starting off with the full moon and we're ending with a full moon. So during this month, we're just pivoting, because it's really time to get back to business and get back to what we really value within ourselves and value within our own lives, and really feel good about and are really excited about and really have a passion for, because that's that Leo energy. And Venus is there. And so this really is, for me, it feels more of like, yeah, we really do need to, yeah, we got a full moon, but it's just like, okay, yeah, we got a full moon. I know what I need to do. It's this month. We're going to do it in August. We're going to do it in August. The kids getting ready to go back to school. Like, you know, Virgo season is going to be here this month. That is really about the order. Mars has already got us feeling like we need to do it. So it's like, this is the time. This is the energy to just not play around. It's like, you know what? Yeah, I know what I need to do. I know what I want to do. I know what I got to end, what agreements, what partnerships, what connections. And it's time to move on. I'm not going to make a big deal about this, because there's other things going on in my life that could ultimately be a bigger deal. That these emotions that I'm feeling at the beginning of this month, I'll be fine. As we move into the month of August, Mercury does go retrograde. So we'll be dealing with that, and at home in the sign of Virgo at that. And so that really is more about really re-examining our routines, re-examining our daily habits, those kind of perfectionist things, where we really want to tighten up, where we really want to get the details together, because now we're getting ready. Virgo it's a mutable sign. So it takes us from summer to what's next? Fall? Yeah. Fall. So we're getting ready to go to the next season. And that's what the mutable signs take us to do. So right now, as we're going through Leo season, we're really, sticking to our guns, letting go of what doesn't work for us, and really feeling good. Jupiter is in Taurus. We're going to really plant some seeds. We're planting some seeds. We already know what seeds we're planting. We're planting some seeds that we want to harvest, okay? We're setting on some fertile ground. Mars is in an earth sign as well. Pluto's in them last degrees of Capricorn. So there's really are some changes coming up. And I think it's just overall really thinking about that, considering that. And the North Node shifting are really a big deal, specifically because they just recently shifted. And the first 5 degrees and the last 5 degrees, that energy is always really big for me. So that's, just kind of how I feel about that. Let's just pull a couple cards really quickly. If you don't want the cards, stop now. 7 of Pentacles. I love this. I like the 7 of Pentacles, because the 7 is going to be about the relationships, right? The partnerships. And then the Pentacles are the earth signs, about what are we growing in partnerships. That Taurus energy is there. I just said, Jupiter and Taurus, it's about the seeds that we're harvesting. And it's really about making sure that we're on fertile ground, and I think that's where this moon comes into, like, okay, let's be logical about it. There's a sense of logic that comes with, there's some things you can't control when you're planting a garden. Love it. The sun. There's some things that you can't control when you're planting a garden, but there's some things that are practical, logical Aquarius energy, like makes sense kind of energy. A garden even makes sense as something that would ultimately be Aquarius energy, because you can feed so many with it, right? A nice, healthy garden. The sun is absolutely beautiful. This is Leo energy, Leo season. This is where we are right now. This is prosperity, abundance, happiness, joy. Even with the white horse, it represents a spiritual security, if you will. This child is on the back of spirit, on the back of his spiritual walk, and just really feeling good about the connection to spirit, and the abundance that is coming from that, and the passion that is coming from that, and the excitement that is coming from that. Like, this is an absolutely beautiful card. It's probably one of my favorites, and that's probably just because of how much I love Leo energy. You guys know that. So this is just great. There's sunflowers there. There's even that wall that kind of indicates some things that you've overcome, that have been overcome, and that are kind of in the past now, and that you've maybe established a boundary with, and still seeing some goodness growing from that, because all of this stuff is still kind of growing up from that, but there's like this boundary there, right? Like, that's absolutely beautiful. We'll pull one more card to seal the deal, and I'm going to go with the Page of Pentacles. I like this as well. The Pentacles of Earth signs are really showing up here, so we have and 2 out of 3 with the Page of Pentacles. There's something new coming. Like, we know that, and this is why we're being really practical and solid about what we are letting go under this full moon energy, because we know we are planning something new, something that we are genuinely excited about, something that just feels fresh. And I also even think that with this Venus retrograde, it might not be a new thing, but a new way of doing a thing. Like, or revamping something that you've been doing. It's a revamp. It doesn't necessarily have to be a brand new thing, but something new is going to come from this. It feels like a revamp. It feels like a rebranding. It feels like, just readjusting your image, or, adjusting your marketing, whatever it is that you're doing. You're just going to do it a little bit different now. So the Page of Pentacles, those are 3 really good cards for this month going into this full moon energy. I really hope this recording helps you, and I hope you enjoy the energy of the month and the Venus retrograde. And until next time, peace.